Welcome back to the channel. Today, we are tackling a very iconic anime based on a Middle Eastern folktale, Magi, the Kingdom of Magic. Magi was created by Shinobu Otaka. It centers on the fantastical world inspired by the tales of the Arabian Nights and follows young Aladdin, a mysterious boy who can summon a jinn named Ugo, along with his friends Alibaba and Morgiana, as they explore mystical dungeons and shape the fate of the world. We'll get into the second season today, but before we get any further, make sure to subscribe to this channel and don't forget to hit that bell icon so you never miss another update. Now without further ado, let's get it. Magi, the Kingdom of Magic was created by Shinobu Otaka. The manga was first published in Shogakukan and Weekly Shonen Sunday, starting on June 3rd, 2009 and continued until October 11, 2017. The second season of the anime adaptation was produced by A1 Pictures and first aired in Japan on October 6, 2013 on MBS and ran until March 30th, 2014 for a total of 25 episodes. So let's get into the story. Season 2 kicks off with Aladdin and his squad rolling back into Sindra like it's a huge party after they beat the super scary dungeon boss, Zagan. So the people are like, W-mans, you did it! But while everyone's cheering, Aladdin's acting kinda sketchy. He's like, yo, I gotta bounce soon. Gotta level up my magic and Magnustot. Bro doesn't even want them to come. He's all, I gotta solo this quest. Meanwhile, we have Dunya, who's basically on the struggle bus. She's got a dark metal vessel that's messing with her body. Sinbad tries to figure it out and is like, bruh, this vessel is from Magnustot, so the city might be shady. Then Dunya starts tweaking and Alibaba saves her with some fancy Solomon's wisdom move. But sad news, she's about to crash out anyway because there's no fix for her. She dies soon after and the mood goes from lit to super salty real quick. While everyone's dealing with that, Hakuryu and Kogyoku, who are from the Ko Empire, get a message from home that's basically, get y'all mother freaking asses back here. So they head off. But not before Sinbad's like, yo, Hakuryu, if you want to fight Al-Tamen later, I got your back. Morgiana and Alibaba try to talk Aladdin out of going to Magnustot alone, but bro's really him. He's like, get off me, peasants! Eventually, the squad sets sail together, Aladdin, Morgiana, and Hakuryu. However, Alibaba tried to surprise them on board, but they're like, nah bro, we already knew. Alibaba flexes that he's planning to train with some gladiators so he can handle Amon's Jinn equip better. But right when they're about to dock, this random pack of child pirates storms their ship. These pirate kids use spooky magic gadgets, which is kinda bonkers. They capture Aladdin and Alibaba's crew gets cooked trying to stop them. Once in Actia, Alibaba learns the pirates kidnapped a bunch of poor kids from the slums. The local army is too bougie to care because they're scared of a possible war with Magnustot. Like, sorry chat, we can't be bothered saving random kids. Alibaba calls that an L and decides to handle it himself. Hakuryu uses some magic seed trick to track the pirates and they bust in guns blazing. Well, swords blazing to rescue Aladdin. But the pirate leader, Almadora, is basically evil mom. She's out here with a magic fan that brainwashes kids by acting like their mommy. It's so messed up. Alibaba and Morgiana momentarily get trapped in the mommy illusions, but they break free. Only Hakuryu remains stuck because he's got big mommy/family issues. After beating some sense into him, they corner Medora, but then Hakuryu is done with her nonsense and literally cuts her head off in front of all these poor pirate kids. Everyone's like, bro is tweaking. Turns out, Hakuryu's hatred is personal. His mother betrayed his family and helped his uncle become emperor of the Ko Empire. She also conspired with Al-Tamen to kill Hakuryu's dad and brothers. So yeah, he's big salty. He bails on the group, but not before confessing to Morgiana that he wants to marry her. She's like, no thanks, which leaves him extra triggered. Aladdin goes, see ya buddy, and that's it. While Aladdin heads to Magnustot, Morgiana continues to the Dark Continent to find her fellow Thonalise, and Alibaba sails for Rhyme to level up. Aladdin meets this fancy dude named Ren Koha, a prince from the Ko Empire who fights off some bandits with crazy powers. Ren's a lot. He's nice to Aladdin, but also a savage who slices enemies in half. Once in Magnustot, Aladdin basically has to pass a magical entrance exam. Aladdin hides his real powers with a gem and barely passes. He's forced into the lowest class with the 6th Kodor under this teacher Myers, who trains them so so hard people quit left and right. Our boy toughs it out for months, then leaps to the top of the class because plot armor, or well, actual genius, and he's proud. Over in Rhyme, Alibaba is dealing with L after L. He tries to join the Yambala gladiators, but everyone's bullying him. Finally, he duels a girl named Toto. After losing once, he gets his act together, whips out some big brain moves, and wins. Shambal Ramal, the gladiator's leader, notices Alibaba has 2 Magi types in him, his own plus leftover vibes from Kasim. If he doesn't fix that, then he'll be done for. Also, to pay for training, Alibaba has to fight in the arena. He goes up against a giant ape, Garda, almost gets stomped out, but pulls off a 200 IQ move to secure the bag. That's a huge W. Meanwhile, Morgiana lands in Qatar, but no Faunalise are around. She learns they moved across this ginormous canyon called the Great Rift. Another Magi named Yunnan shows up. Like, no cap? You can't come back if you cross. You sure you want that smoke? She's determined though, so she heads down into the rift. Back in the Ko Empire, the emperor dies and everyone expects the oldest prince to take over. Plot twist, their mom, Ren Gyoken, becomes empress instead. She's with Altamen, and she's definitely tweaking. Hakuryu tries to jump her but fails. Judar, the edgy dark Magi, is all, curse your fate, my dude, let's get some revenge. A real join the dark side moment. 1 year later in Magnestadt, Aladdin's stunting in First Kodor, but a new star appears. Titus Alexius. He's from Rhyme and weirdly looks like a clone of another Magi named Sherazade. They fight, end up noticing they both have these fancy jewels in their arms, and the big boss Chancellor Magomet stops them. Titus tries to dip back to Rhyme eventually, but we learn he was actually born from Sherazade's own body. Since he's basically a living battery, he's gonna crash out once his time's up. Magomet's like, stay my guy, we'll figure something out. Skipping ahead, Aladdin discovers Magnestadt runs on exploiting non-magicians who are stuffed in a 5th district and drained of their Magi. It's so shady. Magomet's all, magicians are better than normies. They tried to enslave us back in the day. Meanwhile, Rhyme sends an army led by General Mu Alexius to knock on Magnestadt's door like, open up or else. A big war breaks out. Aladdin sees Magnestadt is using kidnapped civilians as a power source. That's a major L, so he wrecks the cables so they can't kill more people. Then he conjures a giant sand wave that pushes Rhyme soldiers back, and everybody's like, what the hell? Sherazade meet with Aladdin, who's basically screaming, stop fighting or the world ends, no cap! All the dark Rook flying around, plus Magomet's meltdown, equals bring forth Ira, an evil god that'll cook everyone. They kind of agree to chill, but the Ko Empire decides, nah, we want that land, and attacks Magnestadt next. Magomet fuses with a huge furnace of black Rook, summoning an unholy monster called the Medium. This thing starts draining the world's white Rook, and if it finishes, it's game over. All the heavy hitters, Sinbad, Cohen, Ren, Alibaba, and Rhyme's guys team up to fight it. Sherazade uses the last of her power to fuel the king vessels like a battery pack. They blast the medium with everything, but it's still standing. Aladdin then notices a faint glow inside it. He's like, that might be Titus and Magomet's Rook. Let's go in. He uses Solomon's wisdom to pop inside the creature, and yep, there's Magomet feeling sorry about his life choices. Titus is comforting him, and they basically decide to let go so the medium will collapse. It works. The medium breaks down, everyone's celebrating, but Altamen is smiling like creeps, saying, we still win because we weakened the barrier between the worlds. Sherazade then dies, but she passes her Magi powers on to Titus, so he's reborn as Rhyme's new official Magi. That's a big W for him, and a big group hug moment. Ko tries to take over Magnestadt, but Sinbad's like, hold up fam, that's not happening, and forms an alliance with Rhyme to protect the city. Ren's not thrilled, but can't do anything about it. Meanwhile, Judar and Hakuryu gather all that leftover black Rook. Hakuryu basically flips the bird at Aladdin and Alibaba, saying, I'm done with you losers, I'm about to crash out on my own mission. He leaves full of darkness and vengeance. And that's how we end. Half the squad is exhausted from the biggest boss fight ever, Magnestadt is in ruins, Titus is the new Magi, and Hakuryu is teaming up with Judar. Everyone else is bracing for the next big problem because Altamen's definitely not done. The vibe is, we took a W for now, but the future's gonna be lit or maybe super cooked. And that's the end of Magi, the Kingdom of Magic. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to click subscribe, slap the like button, and hit the bell notification icon so you never miss another video. Until next time, peace.